Top 10 Richest People in 2021 by Forbes. According to Forbes' 35th Annual World's Billionaires list, published on April 6, 2021, despite the pandemic, it was a record-setting year for the world's wealthiest, with a $5 trillion surge in wealth and unprecedented number of new billionaires. Hey guys, my name is Ken. In this video today, we're gonna review the richest people in the world and how they become one. If you liked the video, smash the like button along the way and subscribe for more useful content on personal finance and investments. You're also welcome to support the channel, the links are down in the description. Like Forbes wrote, it's been a year like no other, and we aren't talking about the pandemic. In other terms, there were rapid-fire public offerings, surging cryptocurrencies, and skyrocketing stock prices. The number of billionaires on Forbes' list of the world's wealthiest exploded to an unprecedented 2,755. This is 660 more than a year ago. Altogether, they are worth $13.1 trillion, up from $8 trillion on the 2020 list. There are a record high 493 newcomers to the list, roughly one new billionaire every 17 hours. I propose to dive in the list and figure out who is the richest, highlighting the top 10. Number 10 on the list is Mukesh Ambani, with $84.5 billion of net worth. Mr. Mukesh Ambani chairs and runs $88 billion in revenue Reliance Industries, which has interests in petrochemicals, oil and gas, telecom, and retail. He is the number one richest in India and also was in the top 20 world's billionaires in the last 2 years. Mr. Ambani is 63 years old and has diversified sources of wealth. Residing in Mumbai, India, married and has 3 kids. He's dropped out of school in Stanford University but has a degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering from University of Bombay. Diving a little to details, Reliance was founded by his late father Dhirubhai Ambani, a yarn trader, in 1966 as a small textile manufacturer. After his father's death in 2002, Ambani and his younger sibling Anil divided up the family empire. In 2016, Reliance sparked a price war in India's hyper-competitive telecom market with the launch of 4G phone service Jio. During the COVID-19 lockdown, Ambani raised more than $20 billion, selling a third of Jio to a string of investors such as Facebook and Google. Ninth in the list is Sergey Brin, with $89 billion of net worth. If you don't know who is he, use his product to find out. Google it. Sergey Brin stepped down as president of Alphabet, parent company of Google, in December 2019, but remains a controller shareholder and a board member. He is a self-made co-founder of Google, 47 years old, resides in Los Altos, California, holding a US citizenship, married, and have 3 children. He has a Master of Science degree from Stanford University, as well as Bachelor of Arts Science from University of Maryland, College Park. He co-founded Google with Larry Page in 1998 after the two met at Stanford University while studying for advanced degrees in computer science. Google went public in 2004 and changed its name to Alphabet in 2015. Brin was absent from public Alphabet events for much of 2019. He spent his time on Alphabet's Moonshot Research Lab, X. Brin is reportedly funding a high-tech airship project. Next one is Larry Page, and his net worth is $91.5 billion. Larry Page stepped down as CEO of Alphabet, the parent company of Google, in December 2019, but also remains a board member and a controlling shareholder. He co-founded Google in 1998 with fellow Stanford PhD student Sergey Brin. With Brin, Page invented Google's PageRank algorithm, which powers the search engine. Page was CEO until 2001 when Eric Schmidt took over, and then from 2011 until 2015 when he became CEO of Google's new parent company, Alphabet. He is a founding investor in space exploration company Planetary Resources and is also funding flying car startups Kitty Hawk and Opener. He is 48 years old, resides in Palo Alto, California, married, and has 1 child. He has a Master of Science degree from Stanford University and Bachelor of Arts and Science, University of Michigan. Number 7 in the list is Larry Ellison with $93 billion of net worth. He is a chairman, chief technology officer, and co-founder of software giant Oracle, of which he owns about 35.4%. He gave up the Oracle CEO role in 2014 after 37 years at the helm. Oracle has grown in part through steady acquisitions of software companies, the biggest of which was $9.3 billion for NetSuite in 2016. In May 2016, Ellison pledged $200 million to the University of Southern California for a cancer treatment center. In 2012, Ellison spent $300 million to buy nearly all of Hawaiian island Lanai. So far, he has built a hydroponic farm and a luxury spa there. Ellison joined Tesla's board in December 2018 after purchasing 3 million Tesla shares earlier that year. He is a 76-year-old, self-made billionaire residing in Lanai, Hawaii. Mr. Ellison is in a relationship and has 4 children. He has dropped out of school twice from University of Chicago and University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. 6 in the list with $96 billion of net worth, known as the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett is one of the most successful investors of all time. Buffett runs Berkshire Hathaway, which owns more than 60 companies, including insurer GEICO, battery maker Duracell, and restaurant chain Dairy Queen. The son of a US congressman, he first bought stock at age 11 and first filed taxes at age 13. He has promised to donate over 99% of his wealth. So far, he has given more than $41 billion, mostly to the Gates Foundation and his Gates Foundations. In 2010, he and Bill Gates launched a giving pledge asking billionaires to commit to donating at least half of their wealth to charitable causes. 90 years old from Omaha, Nebraska, self-made investor has 3 children and is a Master of Science from Columbia University, Bachelor of Science, University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And here comes the top 5. Mark Zuckerberg is in the top 5 richest people with $97 billion of net worth. Facebook, the social network Zuckerberg runs, has become a go-to communications tool during the coronavirus pandemic lockdown. He is married and has 2 children, dropped out of Harvard University at the age of 36 years old now, resides in Palo Alto, California. From the interesting facts, more than 1,000 advertisers joined boycott in June to protest Facebook's lax policing of hate speech and misleading posts from politicians. Zuckerberg started Facebook at Harvard in 2004 at the age of 19 for students to match names with photos of classmates. He took Facebook public in May 2012 and still owns about 15% of the stock. In December 2015, Zuckerberg and his wife, Priscilla Chan, pledged to give away 99% of their Facebook stake over their lifetimes. I think this is great. Next in the list, Bill Gates. His net worth is $124 billion. With his wife Melinda, Bill Gates chairs the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the world's largest private charitable foundation. In May 2020, the Gates Foundation said it would spend $300 million to fight the coronavirus pandemic, funding treatment, detection, and vaccines. Gates has sold or given away much of his stake in Microsoft. He owns just over 1% of shares and invested in a mix of stocks and other assets. In mid-March 2020, Gates stepped down as a board member of Microsoft, the software firm he founded with Paul Allen in 1975. The foundation works to improve global health and to create equal opportunity for people around the globe. To date, Gates has donated $35.8 billion worth of Microsoft stock to the Gates Foundation. He is 65 years old, resides in Medina, Washington, has 3 children. He also dropped out of Harvard University. With $150 billion net worth, Bernard Arnault and family are on the 3rd place of the richest people. Mr. Arnault is 72 years old, built his wealth with LVMH Corporation. Married with 5 children, resides in Paris, France. He has a degree of Bachelor of Science, École Polytechnique de Paris. Oversees an empire of 70 brands including Louis Vuitton and Sephora. In January 2021, LVMH completed a deal for American jeweler Tiffany & Co. for $15.8 billion, believed to be the biggest luxury brand acquisition ever. LVMH spent $3.2 billion in 2019 for luxury hospitality group Belmont, which owns or manages 46 hotels, trains, and river cruises. His father made a small fortune in construction. Arnault got his start by putting up $15 million from that business to buy Christian Dior in 1985. 4 of Arnault's 5 children work in corners of the LVMH empire: Frederic, Delphine, Antoine, and Alexandre. Second in the list is Elon Musk with $151 billion net worth. Elon Musk is working to revolutionize transportation both on Earth through electric car maker Tesla and in space via rocket producer SpaceX. He owns 21% of Tesla but has pledged more than half his stake as collateral for loans. Forbes has discounted his stake to take the loan into account. He stepped down as chairman in 2018 after making alleged false statements about the plan to take Tesla private, triggering on SEC probe. SpaceX, Musk's rocket company, is now valued at $74 billion after its latest funding round in February 2021. He grew up in South Africa, then immigrated to Canada at age 17. He landed in the US as a transfer student to the University of Pennsylvania. He is 49 years old and resides in Austin, Texas, and has 7 children. He has a bachelor's degree in arts and science from University of Pennsylvania. And number 1 in the list is Jeff Bezos. 57 years old, Jeff Bezos founded e-commerce giant Amazon in 1994 out of his garage in Seattle, Washington. He will step down as CEO and become executive chairman in late 2021. Between March and April 2020, amid the pandemic, Amazon said it hired 175,000 additional workers. In April 2020, Bezos said he would give $100 million to Feed America, a nonprofit that operates food banks and food pantries across the country. Amazon has faced criticism from US senators and the general public for its treatment of warehouse workers during the coronavirus pandemic. He divorced his wife, Mackenzie, in 2019 after 25 years of marriage, and transferred a quarter of his Amazon stake to her. In 2019, Amazon notched $280.5 billion in revenues and a record $11.5 billion in profit. Bezos owns the Washington Post and Blue Origin, an aerospace company that is developing rockets for commercial use. Currently still resides in Seattle, Washington in relationship and has 4 children. He's got a bachelor's degree in art science from Princeton University. Let me know in the comments what is your net worth. Okay, just kidding. Just comment who is your favorite or role model billionaire. Here are more other videos about personal finance and investments for you. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button and hit the notification bell. See you in the next video.